Okay, so Bitcoin is still chilling around $68,000, but when are we going to get an altcoin season? When are things going to pump like crazy? So in this video, I want to take a look specifically at the Bitcoin dominance chart, which is the ratio of the market cap of Bitcoin versus all of the other altcoins combined. And this chart can give us some hints and some indications of when we can potentially expect an altcoin season and what I'm looking for. So let's dive straight into those charts. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Dirk. Follow my page on Instagram, subscribe to my channel on YouTube down below so you do get my future updates. And just a FYI, I have a VIP membership, which is an all-inclusive package where I share my courses, my training, my updates. We have a Discord with more than 2,600 members, and in there every single day I share charts, I share market updates, I share my own personal buy and sell movement, so which coins I'm buying, which coins I'm selling. I'm sharing trade ideas, setups for leverage trades, spot trades. Everything I know about crypto trading and investing is part of VIP, and right now you can still join. The link is in the description down below. I am closing the doors to new members on April 8th. I believe this bull market is progressing. As prices go higher, it gets more and more risky for you to buy into crypto, right? So I want to avoid newbies coming in and buying when the price is up 10x or 20x, which is why I'm drawing the line in the sand April 8th. I believe there's still a lot of upside potential right now. So the sooner you join, the better. The link is in the description down below. There is no risk to sign up. There's a 60-day unconditional money-back guarantee. But again, the longer you wait in these markets, the higher the prices go, the higher the risk is, and the less chance for profit. So come on, join us, sign up. The link is in the description down below. Okay, so what we have here in front of us is the Bitcoin dominance chart. It is a 3-day chart, meaning every candle is worth 3 days of price action. And as you can see, we're sitting here at 53.3%. And what this means is that the overall market cap of Bitcoin is currently 53% of all the altcoin market cap, or all the cryptocurrencies combined. So Bitcoin plus Ethereum plus every single altcoin in existence, Bitcoin is making up 53% of that overall market share. So you can see it's very clearly the leader, but this obviously fluctuates. So as you can see here on this chart, there are periods when the Bitcoin dominance drops and there are periods when it moves higher. And that allows us some sort of insight into potentially predicting when we are going to see altcoins start to outperform Bitcoin, and then when we see Bitcoin outperform altcoins. And this can also give you an idea of when it is a better time to be heavily weighted or maybe all into Bitcoin versus being heavily weighted in altcoins, or maybe even all into altcoins for the maximum profit upside. So let me try and break down this chart for you and share with you what I'm looking at. Now, as you can see here, these vertical lines that I've drawn over here, they are the Bitcoin halvings. So we had one in 2016, in 2020, and in 1 month from now, in April of 2024, we are going to get the next one. So the reason why I'm doing that is to have some sort of benchmarks here to compare previous cycles with as to where we are today. Now, obviously, the further back you go on this chart, the higher of a dominance Bitcoin has, because when Bitcoin launched, it was the only cryptocurrency. And then we got Ethereum, and we got Litecoin, and we had all the ICOs in 2017, and we got more and more dilution of the overall market cap into altcoins. And as you can see, now Bitcoin is 53%, where it was basically 100% and in the high 90% for a long period, but that started changing after 2016. Now, a couple things that stand out to me here right away. In the previous 2 cycles, you can see Bitcoin dominance started to drop. You can see over here. So the halving was in July 2016 and then in February 2017. So that's just about 6 months after the halving, we started to see altcoins really take off. So a drop in this chart, a drop in the Bitcoin dominance, means more money is flowing into altcoins, and altcoins are starting to take up a larger percentage of the overall market cap. So in this phase where the Bitcoin dominance is dropping like this, being positioned mostly in altcoins is going to outperform holding a heavily weighted Bitcoin portfolio. You can also see a similar thing happened here. So we had the Bitcoin halving in May of 2020, and you can see over here in December of 2020, that is really when altcoins started to outperform, when Bitcoin dominance started to lose. Okay, so again, that is approximately just about 8 months, 7-8 months after the halving. In the previous 2 cycles, that is what happened. Now, what we can also see is that when the Bitcoin dominance here bottomed, January of 2018, that was when altcoins had a massive run, and altcoins peaked at the end of that 2017 cycle in early January. That is the bottom of the Bitcoin dominance, and that also marked here a time when it was better to, obviously in hindsight, get out of the markets completely into cash. But if at this point when altcoins went crazy and the Bitcoin dominance bottomed, if at this point you swapped into Bitcoin, all of your altcoins into Bitcoin, Bitcoin would have outperformed throughout the whole bear market. Sure, both of them went down and Bitcoin still dropped over 80%, but the majority of altcoins dropped 99%, which means that being in Bitcoin gave you less drawdown, and also obviously it's safer because Bitcoin has a larger track record. So that's one thing to take away from this. The same thing happened over here. When this Bitcoin dominance bottomed over here in May 2021, actually most altcoins ended up peaking. So most of the altcoins had a high in May 2021 and didn't get there in November, unlike Bitcoin and Solana and a few of the others. So you can see it kind of just traded in a range here, the Bitcoin dominance. And you can see over here throughout this bear market, it kind of traded around. But having been in Bitcoin from the bottom from October 2022, a majority would have outperformed the majority of the altcoins. Now, of course, there are exceptions. Some altcoins have done insanely well, 30x, 40x, 50x, etc. But in general, the broad altcoin market, Bitcoin is up more than 4x from the lows, and there's still a bunch of altcoins that aren't up as much as Bitcoin. And that's what we're seeing here. As the Bitcoin dominance increases, then Bitcoin has been outperforming. Okay, so now let me bring you to the next point of interest. What we can see over here, which is interesting, is that on this entire rally in the Bitcoin dominance, we basically went to about the Fibonacci golden pocket of this entire move over here. And after that, that is when we really started to see altcoins move. Now, obviously only after the halving, but the same level, this Fibonacci golden pocket level, you can see over here, that acted as the resistance for the Bitcoin dominance rally, after which, at this point, reversing into alts or positioning heavily into alts would have been very profitable for the last couple of months of the 2021 bull market. Now, if we take this move over here and we put a Fibonacci golden pocket on it, as you can see over here, where I'm pointing the arrow towards, that gives us some sort of indication here of potentially where we could be looking for a peak in the Bitcoin dominance. Now, we're at 53%. If we do get a nice continuation in Bitcoin, which I still think is a possibility, okay, we've gone into about 73,000, but I think it can still go higher. So if we see a nice continued pump of Bitcoin and maybe it goes to 85 or 90 or 95 or 100,000, we probably see this Bitcoin dominance go into this area. And if Bitcoin dominance goes between, let's say, about 59 to 64% in this area, that might mark the best point where it would make sense to swap from Bitcoin into altcoins for a potential ride down. So what I'm looking for is basically something like this, a move into this Fibonacci golden pocket, and then a big acceleration into altcoins. Potentially, you know, if this repeats, could be into September. I don't know how long that's going to go. Maybe around the halving, April, May. We'll have to wait and see. But this is just something to watch out for in terms of what is potentially happening on this Bitcoin dominance chart. And as we see the Bitcoin dominance go down on this chart, and as it heads lower towards 40% or 30%, well, that is when altcoins are outperforming, and then when it's more beneficial to be able to be heavily weighted in altcoins rather than in Bitcoin. So basically, to sum up what this means is that Bitcoin is still the dominant coin here in the markets, and only after that reverses and after that Bitcoin dominance starts to fall, that is when we get our altcoin season, and when we're going to probably see altcoins do 5x or 10x or 15x in a relatively short period of time. So this is just an easy way of looking at that and potentially helping you get that timing right of when it's good to rotate from Bitcoin into altcoins. If you want to learn more from me, you want to learn how to read these charts, you want to learn which coins to buy, which coins I'm personally buying, when I'm buying them, when I'm selling them, all of that is covered inside my VIP membership. You get access to me in Discord, as well as the entire community of more than 2,600 members. You get access to my crypto beginners course, my crypto trading course, which is more than 60 video lessons. You get access to a monthly newsletter that I write with my technical analysis, my charts, trade ideas, everything is there in VIP, and there is a full 60-day money-back guarantee. So there's no risk, but I am closing the doors on April 8th to new members. So if you want to sign up, the best time is now. The sooner the better, because the higher these markets go, the less chance there is for profit. The link and the details of how to join VIP, it is in the description below. Go and check that out. Come and join us. There's no risk to you. Like I said, you get access to everything. Come and join the community. And if you're not happy or you change your mind, you can still get a full refund. But after April 8th, you won't be able to join anymore because I will be closing the doors. So I hope to see you on the inside. The link is in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.